Hello class, my name is Professor Peter and today we'll be reviewing photosynthesis. I'll be using Play-Doh to demonstrate the process. Make sure you guys take good notes. Yes, Joel?
Why is photosynthesis important and what do we use it for?
Good question. Plants need photosynthesis to produce their own food, and it also provides us with oxygen that we breathe. Yes.
Why are we using Play-Doh? Isn't Play-Doh for art class?
The Play-Doh will depict the processes in a clear and distinct way. It's an interactive and visual representation of the processes that incorporate art into learning instead of me just drawing on the board. Yes.
What things in the atmosphere affect photosynthesis?
Good question. An excess amount of CO2 would decrease the amount of photosynthesis that occurs, and it would also cause many plants to become damaged. The Skeptical Science website tells us all about it if you want to read it. Let's get started. We will begin with the electron transport chain. Who knows how this starts? Any of you? Yes, Joel.
In the thylakoid membrane of the chloroplast, photosystem II absorbs light, so the electrons get excited.
That's right. The electrons come from the splitting of water into oxygen and hydrogen in the lumen. Now, who knows where the electrons go after that? Jess?
The electrons flow from photosystem II to the cytochrome complex. The protons flow from the stroma to the lumen at this time too.
Very good. Next, the electrons move into photosystem I. At this point, light excites the electrons again. NADP+ is reduced by NADP reductase, which forms NADPH. Yes?
So, do the protons being transported create the concentration gradient?
Yes, good, that's correct. The protons then flow through the ATP synthase into the stroma, which allows ADP to be transformed into ATP.
Is the electron
Joel, what did I say about raising your hand in class? Okay.
Is the electron transport chain ever going to end?
Actually, Joel, that was the last step of ETC. The Calvin cycle happens next. It begins as its initial molecule RUBP is broken down. Carboxylation happens next. Does anyone know what that means? Yeah?
It's when carbon dioxide is added to RUBP, 3-PGA is formed from that.
Correct. As she said, carbon dioxide is added to RUBP through carboxylation to form 3-PGA. Yes?
Doesn't reduction happen next?
Yes. Reduction is the process of NADPH being reduced to become NADP+. Also, ATP is used to phosphorylate 3-PGA. Triose phosphate is an output of this process. This leads us to generation.
I know what that means.
Joel, raise your hand. Yes.
The triose phosphates are reorganized through regeneration and then combined to reproduce RUBP so it can go through the Calvin cycle again.
One of the 6 triose phosphates that is created during this reduction is used to form a sugar. The rest of the 5 go through regeneration. So, like I said, the other 5 triose phosphates are used in regeneration. ATP is used, which creates ADP, which also reforms RUBP to go through the Calvin cycle again. Well, class, that wraps up the process of photosynthesis. I'll see you guys next time because we have a test on Friday.
Are you getting the action of me raising my hand?
Excuse me? We're having class in here. Could you guys please be quiet? Well, class. Alright, just keep...